All right, I got a little treat for you guys. The greatest movie of all time, my personal favorite, Rocky from 1976. All right, right off the bat, I have seen this movie 100 times, not by force, like by choice. It is everything a movie should be. The fact that it's that old and holds up to this very day is a testament to how shitty a lot of movies are today. Um, it stars Sylvester Stallone. This is his first breakout movie, maybe his second, but there is a story behind the movie. This guy, he wrote Rocky, presented it to a studio, and these guys were like, "Great, we're gonna take the script and we're gonna go make this movie." And he goes, "Whoa, or hold on." He goes, "Whoa, well, hold on. I need to be Rocky." So, he's able to tell him, "Hey, I've got I've got the keys to the Ferrari, but I've also would really like to drive." Um, he gets the part, obviously. Fucking crushes it. He plays a guy, for those who haven't seen it, which if you haven't fucking seen it, what are you doing with your life? Like, stop, like, whatever you're doing, just fucking stop doing it. Go watch Rocky. There's some other movies you need to watch. We'll cover that on the show too. But you need to start with fucking Rocky because it is the ultimate underdog film. It's a sports film, drama, even goes into a little bit of crime considering his background. But let's just start from the beginning. You start out in a little boxing gym. Rocky's fucking in a fight with Spider Rico. I remember the name. And he wins the fight, but it's really fucking sloppy. And his coach or the owner of the gym, it's not even really his coach, it's just the guy running the fights that night. By the way, I got my George Jenkins cup. My mouth gets really dry. Mick, he runs these fights, and he even tells Rock, because Rock's over here with a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, I did pretty good. And he tells him, like, Rock, you're a fucking idiot. You're fighting like a fucking slugger, like a leg breaker, because he is a leg breaker. He has no skill. He's just a brute. He goes out, he works for the mob. He collects debts that are owed to him. He works for loan sharks. He's a leg breaker. And you start to see, he really wants to be a boxer, but he's got a disability. He's got like dyslexia. He's got speech disabilities. It's got a lot of issues going on. And he even mentions, he was the only gifts he got in life were his hands, his strength, but he's not too good with books. But he overcomes all that. And the antagonist of the movie is played by Carl Weathers, who plays Apollo Creed, which is like, your Muhammad Ali type. He's in the public eye a lot. Everyone loves him, and he wants to challenge the local guy. He wants to give some local guy a chance at the title. So he finds Rocky, and he chooses him because he's just a local guy from Philadelphia. He's like, you know what, let me give this guy a shot. So yeah, as I was saying, he chooses this local guy from Philadelphia, and the way he finds him is on the news. The news anchor, news team is capturing him in a local meat packing facility, a little butchery, and he's in the fucking freezer pounding meat hooks, just full cows on meat hooks. He's just beating them to a pulp, and then he shows it live on camera. There's blood all over his hands and he's all out of breath. And then that's when Apollo's manager picks up on it, and he's like, this guy's the real fucking deal. You better watch out. And but you know, Apollo being a big shot, he's not really worried about it. He could care less. So he doesn't prepare himself. He doesn't take this fight serious. He thinks it's just an exhibition when really, you know, there's always a guy that wants to get to the top. You know, when it's a lot like at work, you know, some people at the top, they you might think, well, you know, there's nothing more I could do. So I might as well be just fine where I'm at. I'm gonna get complacent. And that's what I think Apollo Creed did in that movie. And you know, Rocky definitely goes the distance, and you see that later on in the movie in the big fight where he loses the fight, but overall, I think, you know, like he went he went all he went the distance with the world champion. He didn't even get knocked out. You know, he lost the fight ultimately, but he definitely won. And then there's also his uh his love interest, Adrian, you know, which is his buddy's sister, you know, and she's like the little pet shop, nerdy, quiet, weird lady, but you know they've got pretty good chemistry, and you know you really want to ship that off. He even like takes her to a roller skating rink where you know he's trying to explain her, you know, how boxing works, and you know how he's a southpaw. You know, he means he fights with his left hand. And a lot of good scenes with them too. You know, he cries for her at the end of the movie. Everyone knows that. And there's a lot of good little Sylvester moments in this movie too, where one of my favorite lines in the movie, and I don't think a lot of people realize it, is there's a guy, you know, once Rocky starts to become a little more well known in the community, he goes, Rock, you gotta invest in condominiums. And Rocky being Rocky, he goes, I don't use those. And I was just like, wow, this is my kind of movie. Um, the movie looks beautiful. You know, when he's going up the steps, jogging, even when he's just walking down the street past the gym, and he's got his little bouncy ball, his hat, his fedora, and his leather jacket. It looks amazing. I think some movies try to copy that dirty city look, you know, but it's really grounded and it feels real, you know. But it's the greatest movie of all time. Please go watch it. You're gonna you're gonna if you watch it once, it'll only be the first time you watch it. You're gonna you're gonna keep watching it. You're gonna revisit this movie a bunch of times because it's that good. And so yeah, thank you.